Okay, it is International Women's Day, and I wanted to go ahead and take a second and acknowledge some of my favorite female creators. Now, some of these people are left over from who I wanted to acknowledge last month during Black History Month, but I did not get around to it. So I'm going to start off with my favorite creators on YouTube. Now, I will say that a lot of these people are people that I have had relationships with for over a decade. I mean, I don't know any of them, but I mean, I've followed them for at least it feels like 10 years. It honestly does. Could be a little less than that. I think the oldest person that I've been following is Raven Elyse, and I think I've been following her since like 2014. But anyway, here they are. Okay, I'm going to start off with Jessie Woo, and some might find this choice controversial, but I don't care. I think she is hilarious. I love her pop culture opinions. She has a gorgeous voice. She is a recording artist first. I think I love that she's vlogging now because I think she really does have a personality for that type of content. And also it shows she's not afraid to grow and expand what she does content-wise, and I always look up to women who do that. Next up, I have Nappy Foo TV. So this is one of the first natural hair people I followed when I cared about natural hair content, and now I'm just like, whatever. But again, she's another person who's been making content for a while, and now she's branching out to creating vlogs. She does advice videos. She's a person who I've definitely had a, content relationship with for a long time. And I like the way that she's growing, and I love that she has a library I can go back to. Next, this is Intellectual Media. I do not think this woman gets the attention that she deserves. She does the most creative, historical, compilation videos about various things. I love this because I used to love these shows on VH1 and on CNN. I love the 80s, I love the 90s, I love the 70s. So what she will do is she will cover that kind of content, but with the experiences of Black people and Black women specifically in mind. And so, yeah, I just really love her content. I think she's so creative, and I do not think she gets the attention that she deserves. Okay, next up is Evelyn from the internets. I've absolutely been following her for years. I know that for sure. Evelyn she's kind of on a little break from her YouTube channel, but she's going to be coming back. But before she took a break, she was making content consistently from 2010. Now she does this kind of character work. She also has a show with her collaborator. She has named Halise.mp4. It's called This Could Have Been an Email. Very funny show. I think they only have one episode out right now, but it's great. And so as you can see here, she has a ton of content, huge library that really represents what she's done over time. I love her use of graphics whenever she would do her, talking head, interviews about various things in her life. I thought she was so creative. I think her creativity resulted in her getting some really cool partnerships with Google and Squarespace and all other kinds of companies. This is an important video right here because if you went to the Lemonade tour in 2015, you saw Evelyn's video being used. And I remember I was at this tour and someone screamed out, "Evelyn!" I did not know who she was at that time, but I know now. And then this particular video is her reacting to the fact that Beyonce used her at her concert. So yeah, she's great. Okay, here's another person that I really enjoy her content, and she's recently done a bit of a shift, but when I was starting my YouTube channel, Catherine Manning was like the Bible. I learned how to do so much stuff from her, and as you can see in this clip here, she's having a little bit of a crisis of conscience at the moment when it comes to what her content is and what her brand is, but there's even something that I'm learning from that because I can kind of see myself going in that direction too, just wondering, okay, well, what else do you want to put out there? But she is great for picking up tutorials and tips for running your YouTube channel. And yeah, okay, here's my OG, Raven Elyse. I was following Raven when she was a student at the University of North Texas doing makeup and hair videos. I've since watched her go from that to house hunting to real estate investments to becoming just a huge creator. She of course is a mother, so she does a lot of mother-daughter content. This right here is why I really respect Raven though. She's a businesswoman. If you were wondering that about anybody else, any other content creator, you do not have to worry about her when it comes to that. I listened to her podcast, which I mentioned in another video, where she talks about the business side of being an influencer and why she's able to be so successful. So I really look up to her for that. I also look up to her for organizing tips. So I'm not an organized person, but I will watch Raven's, videos about it, and my pantry now, I'm on my way. I'm on my way to this. So she's definitely an important person to me here on YouTube, and I love her content. Here's another lady who has done a lot for me in recent years as far as teaching me things. This is Mary Kay Bella. She is a hair influencer. I don't know anybody else in my life who follows her, but she does these little videos called Slay or Throw Away with wigs. And some of the first like wigs that I bought were because of her recommendation. This lady needs no introduction, and if she does need an introduction, where have you been for the last decade? This is one of the first people I followed. Maya Washington, Shameless Maya. She has gone from making content in an apartment in New York City to living the life of an influencer in LA to now having a baby and living overseas with her husband. She's got a great trajectory. I love this channel. To my sisters, this is two young women who I believe they are from the UK, who come together and they talk about a lot of issues that young women are dealing with, that young Black women deal with. And I say young, I just really mean anybody like under 50, but really anybody could deal with them. I enjoy this channel because one day I do see myself making this kind of content, and I think she does a good job. She's another person like Catherine who started off doing one type of thing, talking about her history in an MLM, and now she makes like documentary style videos, and her last two both hit over 1 million. So she's very inspiring to me. And those are my favorite female creators on YouTube. All right, moving on to my favorite creators, favorite female creators on Instagram. I think before TikTok came out, Instagram was definitely the social media that I used the most, just like scrolling it or doing whatever. And so same with YouTube, a lot of these people, I've had relationships with them for years and been watching their content for years. So first up is Nike's Canvas. When I stopped looking at, you know, makeup influencers and stuff on YouTube, I went to Instagram and I found her. The work she does with color, the stuff she does like with her skin and making it look completely flawless, so inspiring. As of late, Priscilla has been one of my go-to people for just learning about new products and learning about new techniques for applying makeup. And so I would say like she has definitely been one of my biggest makeup influencing people as of late, like within the last year or so. But this is the biggest one right here, Miss Chrissy M. She does like Target hauls, she does product hauls, and she talks a lot about like just new colors and like how to apply certain types of makeup. I think I found her on TikTok, followed her on Instagram. She is definitely probably my #1 makeup influencer at this time. I like go to her page first if I have any questions currently. All right, so moving on to makeup to just entertainers. This is the most talented woman on the internet to me. I don't know. Her name is Lisa Bex, and now she goes by Lisa B Evolving. It used to be Lisa Bexperience, but now it's Lisa B Evolving. She is a comedian. She is an actress. I think she can sing a little bit. This is one of her characters that she does. It is a Lori Lightfoot impression. It's amazing. She is from the Chicago area, so one of her ways of responding to things that are going on is to do these satirical characters. I found out about her though because of this character. Everybody and their mom watched The Crown during 2021. And this is how Lisa responded to it, by pretending to be doing these characters where she was pretending to be Margaret Thatcher. This right here, this long bow that she did to Beyonce, stepping in for the role of the Queen. When I tell you I was in tears, like choking laughing when I watched this. She is definitely going to go very, very far in her career, and I am excited for her. Okay, so this young lady, I think I put this together backwards, but whatever. She is not necessarily like an actress or, you know, a model or any specific type of influencer, but I just love her personality. Look at how she's look how she's talking. She's talking about nursing. She is a travel nurse, and she posts a lot of like travel tips and things for when she goes out of town for her job. But also just look at the Instagram feed, like just sunshine, light all day. She's also extremely funny, so I love following her as well. All right, so here is another actress who's actually, you know, I don't know, would be considered a celebrity of some sort. Robin Thede. She has a long history of being a writer and comedian in Hollywood. She is the executive producer and head writer for a Black Lady sketch show. I didn't know who she was really until a Black Lady sketch show, but I have been so impressed with her performances every single time. She is so versatile. I do think she should be like a household name. but you know, all in due time. The thing that gets me about her is she's able to be so goofy. Like, look at, this is one of my favorite skits, by the way, the one that's pictured here on screen. And then I think I'm going to scan over. You can see what Robin's costume was. Yeah, that's hilarious. The whole show is hilarious, but really she's able to be so goofy, and then she's able to come back and be this Robin, you know, just a beauty queen. Okay, this might be a surprise to some of you, but this girl right here, I have been following her for at least 7 years. This is Erin Foster. She's David Foster's daughter. David Foster is the guy who wrote and produced a ton of music from the 80s, 70s, and 90s. He's the one that arranged the version of I Will Always Love You that we know that Whitney Houston sang. I follow Erin for her fun Insta stories and basically like her social life. She's also really, really funny. And this story right here of her husband, who she's married to now, and his behavior once he put on his hat and became Italian Simon on their trip that they took. I think it was the summer of 2020. I think they were, no, it was the summer of 2019. I was so depressed that summer, and I would go on and watch her stories and watch this little man dance around in this hat. And it would just make me feel so, so good. Their love story in general is a really cute one. But yeah, I loved this little. Okay, so clearly I was a fan of this dancing. This is them at their wedding. He's doing a choreographed dance. One of the reasons I followed Erin is because she didn't meet Simon until she was like 35 or 36. And I just fell in love with their story. She's also a comedian. She is a podcaster with her sister, Sarah. And she was an actress, and I just really, really thoroughly enjoy her personality. But she's definitely a person that I identified with that I never thought that I would identify with. You know what I mean? So that's one of the reasons why she is one of my favorite creators on Instagram. And now we have another person that I randomly follow and have been following for a long time. This is Jen Atkin, and she is the hairstylist of the Kardashians. I know, it's weird. It's like, what do I even get from her? But I just love her online presence. I really, really do. And I have followed her for years. Recently, I got really excited for her because she and her husband last year welcomed a baby via surrogate. And so that was, you know, anybody who follows me knows how I feel about like parenthood and pregnancy and all that. So I was like in tears watching this video. But yeah, she's definitely one of my favorite creators. Okay, next up, very special woman to me, Shani Silver. I actually have an interview from her on my channel or with her on my channel coming up soon, either this week or next week. She wrote a book called A Single Revolution, and she does her best to help single women reframe how they feel about their singleness. She has a podcast called A Single Serving Podcast. She was one of the first people to reach out to me and have me on the podcast and all of the things. So I am excited to speak with her. This is my OG mental health resource meme lady on Instagram, Dr. Thema. Everything she posts is gold. Everything she posts. I follow her on Instagram. I listen to her podcast. She has a book coming out. I'm excited. Okay, moving on from mental health content to things I watch when I want to just feel better or feel hungry. I don't know how you pronounce this creator's name, but everything she makes looks delicious, and I can't wait to make more of her meals. I made this because one day I was just like obsessed with clam spaghetti, and I saw that and I made it. Now, this young woman, I probably, I wish I could cook like her. She goes by That Nurse Can Cook. She is Haitian, and so all of her recipes are, you know, Haitian themed. And she also has a family and 2 adorable kids. I love this video right here where she is showing us once again how to make the Haitian epis. I think that's how you say it, because she always gets asked about this, even though she has it like pinned in her stories and all other kinds of things, but people just like won't read. So she uploads the videos for us again and again. But yeah, I really, really enjoy her content. And those are my favorite creators on Instagram. All right, so I wanted to do something special for International Women's Day, and I thought I'll just carry over what I did for last month. This list was not at all exhaustive. There are so many more people that I follow and that I love, but it's definitely, I feel like everybody on here was very quality. If you know anyone you think I should follow or you think I should be interested in, please let me know. And as always, thanks for watching.